Good rise with Black Feniks checking in with a little gas station therapy right now. I'm parked outside of a Circle K in Birmingham, Alabama. And I was just thinking about ownership, fam. I want to talk about ownership because we need it, fam. We got to have it as a people. We got to have ownership. And I want to say it like that because we'll get on jobs and we'll get on employment from others, and we will some of us will get to the mentality where we'll act like the job that we own working for someone else. We'll act like the job that we're working for someone else is our company. Like, a lot of our people would get mad at you like they bought the milk and the bread and the tissue and whatever is selling in the store. To me, that's like evidence of saying, hey, you know what, fam, you know what, queen, king, you need to own something, because you're taking too much energy and you're putting too much energy and effort into their company, and you're not getting any shares. You're just getting paid by the hour, and you putting yourself in harm's way, getting into it with people, building enemies for what? A job. Family, sometimes I think that, the way that they construct these jobs and build them, a lot of them is to degrade a person or to belittle someone. And some people, fam, they just take too much pride. Hey, there's nothing wrong with doing your job. And I'm gonna say this: do your job well. That's what you paid for. I get that. I like to do my job well. But there's a different thing in trying to act like you run the whole company. Like, everything got to go through you, and if that's the situation, then you might need to get some ownership. The mentality of us working for someone else and thinking that they are going to bless us with an inheritance, they're going to look out for us, like we're trying to look out for them. It's not so, fam. We're going to waste a lot of time being frustrated, getting mad at people, trying to get people to do what you was taught that you thought was right. See, that's the thing. The traditional way of working a job or going to school, man, that stuff out the window. You know what I mean? Like, that's oh, you don't have to do it like that. But, if you don't know no better, you tend not to do any better. So I understand. Being here in Birmingham, fam, to me, it's a lot of potential. They call it the Magic City. Even though I know magic is a delusion, it's not really real. Like the word magic. Magic is delusional. They say that the hand is quicker than the eye. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you can have something going on, and you can have feel a person with a false sense of hope, so to speak. And now they all puffed up and proud about something that really don't exist. It really, like, what you think that you got, it doesn't exist. So, being here, I love my people, fam. I love the culture here. I love the awakeness, even though a lot of people are not awoke, but the spirit is here. Dr. King's spirit, the spirit of Marcus Garvey is here. Like, I can see Malcolm X here. Like, I can see that people are going towards a direction, but we're so caught up in trying to do it by the system. Oh, it got to be done this way. We don't, there's more than one way to tie your shoes, fam. There's more than one way to count to 10. You can do 9 plus 1 and get to 10, or you can do 5 plus 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many ways to get there. We're just trying to get there, fam. Our goal is to get to ownership. And if, when I see my people that really want to get into it, and they act like they are, but they're not, you just need some information, fam. We all going through stages of ignorance. When you don't know something, you're ignorant. Once we get educated, then we can say, okay, I know better now, And being here, fam, it just pushes me to realize that we got to have ownership. Like, there's no absolutely way around it dealing with the society, or you're going to be made or forced to do some things that you really don't want to do, fam. You don't want to do them, but you got to do them because you're in a situation. And I think that we really, really, really have to figure out what it is we want to do, fam. You know, with your life, with your future, where you going, like what do you want to do? You know? And then once you really fine tune what you want to do, don't set no limitations on what you're willing to do it, to get there. That's it. Don't set no limitations. They say, man, you know you can't go left. They didn't say I couldn't cut through the grass. Oh man, someone might say something. All right, and then I tell them, forgive me. See, I'm the type of person, fam, I just believe that I would rather ask for forgiveness than for permission. I'm gonna live my life. I'm not gonna ask nobody for permission to do anything that pertains to me. Now I know that there's laws and guidelines and certain things we got to abide. I get that, but I'm not asking nobody to do anything, you know. And it's ironic that, you know, when you bold like that, they think you got an issue or you prideful or you arrogant. Nah, I'm just don't believe in going by the system, and I'm tired of the system taking advantage of us, family. Like, I'm tired of the system making millions off of us and we ain't making nothing. Like, we are literally like programmed, fam. And sometimes you get to the point where it's frustrating. You see what they're doing with the school systems. You know, you got teachers in there that ain't even qualified to teach the kid. They more meaner than the kid. They meaner than the bullies. You know what I'm saying? Like, they mad that they life didn't turned out and they had to be a teacher. Because a lot of them don't want to be teachers. They just, well, this is what they paying. To me, when you're dealing with jobs that got to do with educating the youth and encouraging our people, you got to be passionate about that. You can't do that just because of a check. Yeah, you want to make money, you want to be able to be good. Don't muzzle the mouth that the ox that plies the field. So you want to take care of the teachers, take care of the educators, but you got to be willing to educate. Like, I don't think you should be in the educating field if you don't really want to help people. Like, because people like that hold people back. They push fingers, they cause friction and problems, you know what I mean? And it's just like being in the business world, you know. I'm out here, family, I'm trying to do things independently. I'm building a brand. I'm coming together with a team. You know, the LLC is going like, but there's still a lot of the moving parts. And you have some people that only think one way. So when I first arrived here, it was one individual that thought one way. Now that I came back and I actually put my actions, speak louder than words, fam. Now he got a different opinion. He went from that way to this way. And I just think it's ironic because some people are raised by the system, fam, you know, and they believe it's only one way to do it. Oh, you can't do it like that. You got to do it like this. And want to fight you. Will get mad. And just because you're doing it a different way than what they was taught or raised. You know, people can be real, very, very disrespectful. Entitled. The feeling of entitlement. Like they have a job and they feel they entitled to own a company. You work there. Get your money, boo-boo. You know what I mean? Get your money, king. But don't jeopardize yourself for no damn job. You know what I'm saying? A job is a basketball, fam. Keep that in mind. I don't care who you're working for. It's the ball. You can bounce it and get another one. But your family and your morals, you know, your true friends, you know, the true relationship, they glass balls, fam. If you drop one, let me tell you something. You drop a glass ball, it would never be the same. It's gonna have a blemish or crack or scratch or something. Every time you touch that ball, you're gonna be reminded that you dropped it. It's valuable. That job, man, forget that job. Let it go and bounce back and get another one. That's what it's for. But we get so caught up in the system thinking that there's only one way. Well, I got to build myself up here. I didn't put in 20 years. I got to do this so I can retire. The way I look like, fam, we ain't gonna live. We ain't gonna be here forever, fam. And if it's something you want to do, fam, you're gonna have to do it. And the more I push myself, I realize the ownership is the only way, fam. We get so caught up in trying to imitate them and be a part of them and want to go in their stores and do this, you know, when it's clearly seen that certain people want separation, man. So give them separation. Build your own, you know. Don't get caught up in thinking that, oh, man, what about my taxes? What about this? All this stuff can be taken care of. You heard what our former president said. Don't get mad at me because I'm using the loopholes that were designed by the system. Designed by the system. He gave us some game. We just weren't paying no attention. I'm out here in Birmingham, fam. And I think about when I first went to Feniks, or when I first went to Kansas City, Oklahoma, Columbus, Georgia. When I first branched off and started doing my own thing, you know, when I went back to Denver, you know what I mean? I've always been the spot where I seen something, fam. I seen something in me. And at the time, you know, I didn't fully understand it, but now I get it though. I'm just a go-getter, family. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of the traditional way of things. Like, I'm willing to make sacrifices if it's meaning being uncomfortable and going through some gas station therapy and traveling across the world until I can get to build my stability and happiness. It is what it is, fam. But I can't say that, you know, we all get tired, we all get discouraged. But let me tell you something, fam, before I let you go. Ownership. That's where it's at, fam. You get a different type of peace. It's a different type of vibe when you can own it. Think about it, fam. You know. So we have to be humble and just know what we want, fam. And don't let this system manipulate us. Don't let this system tell you that you got to step on one of your brothers or sisters because it's your job. If your job requires you to belittle someone or push someone or make someone feel, then you need to reconsider what you're doing. If your job told you to do that, I'm just doing my job. Your job is to step on people, is to be nosy and act like you own everything in the store. Don't touch that unless you're gonna buy it. Damn! Did you buy it? Is it yours? That's what you want to say. Man, I'm just up thinking, being realistic. I got a lot on my plate with family, friends, and fam, you know, I guess sometimes I realized in prison, man, when I was locked up, you know, there was a lot going on in the free world that with my family that I really couldn't do anything about. I could pray for them, you know, if I think of too hard, it stressed me out, you know, so I just had to just do the time. And being out here, man, there's a lot of things I realize is like that. Some family members you really, really love, but you gotta let them go. Some of your kids you really, really love, but you got to let them go. We can't be here forever. We can't protect everybody, you know what I mean? You can't please everyone. Everyone is not gonna understand who you are and why you do what you do. It's just not gonna be that way. You might have 3 kids and might only 2 of them love you. The other ones say they hate you. You ain't did nothing for them and you go all the way out. So whatever the situation is, fam, it's life. You know, take the good with the bad, you know what I mean? And just keep in mind, at the end of the day, fam, you want some ownership. I don't care what it is. You want to own it. And it's not about owning liabilities, vehicles, this and this. Own something that can make you money so you can remove yourself from the job. If you own something that can replace you from being burdened by someone else's personality, someone else's idiosyncrasies, then build you, fam. You know, but don't get caught up in the system and losing your vision and losing what you want to do with life because you picked up someone else's dreams and goals. Because you got to remember, if you don't have any dreams, no ambitions, you're going to work for somebody with some. Just what it is. So, you know, just wanted to say, man, salute to everyone. Be blessed, continues to prosper. You know, I just want to see everybody do well. I do want to say this, though, while it's in my mind. When I get those call to action for jobs when I'm in certain areas, that's for that area I'm in. If you came down, you had something going and, you know, and you came down to the area on the network, I don't pay per diem, fam. You know, I'm not no big company. It's fun. Honestly, someone asked me that and I just deleted the message. It was so funny because to me, I'm thinking like, evidently you don't know me. You come to me like this, like I'm, you know, but some people will see you from the outside and they'll think you're supposed to take care of it. I don't babysit nobody. I'm a hustler. I'm gonna go get it myself. You know what I mean? So, you know, if something is make you feel uncomfortable, get out your comfort zone, don't do it, fam. But you know, when I come to certain areas, I'm gonna present an opportunity to the area. You know what I mean? If someone's coming down, I network. But the way I look like right now, I'm trying to build a team, and I read character, family. So I don't like to have faulty people around me. I don't like to have shady people I can't trust, backstabbers, people that belittle situation. I don't like them type of people. I'm gonna tell you off the top. I don't have no problem with speaking my mind. I don't like those people around me. So I done have welders that, you know, that come around and thought they was more than what they were. I'm gonna let them know, hey man, I'm not feeling that, bro. You can keep it on moving. You know what I mean? Salute, salute. You most definitely know I will. And so some people, you know, they will literally come around, fam, and you know, want to change up your direction of things. You better believe it, fam. Salute, salute. Hog on, fam. So you know, I really think that we have to just break those faulty sense of, you know, those faulty mentalities, fam, or wanting to network with someone but wanting them to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I look at it, fam, we all gotta have some skin in the game. I had some opportunities. I had to make a sacrifice and come here. They had an opportunity. I had to put some skin in the game. It's just what it is. Some people won't without giving. You know, this is independent, fam. You know, so I want to teach a person how to go get it. But I'm not with babysitting anyone. I don't babysit. I don't even like babysitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to help. And even the youngster that I got who came, man, dude laid back, and I told him. He told me his situation, how much money he's presently making welding, and which is way more than what I'm giving him. I told him I'm going to give him $20 an hour. You know what I mean? Which is way more than what he's making at that job. Now, and I told him, I said, say, man, you know, the job is more what you got, you know, how they get you, because it's more stable. It's more stable. Look, I said, right now, these are turnaround projects, but we're building a company. And if you mess with me, you know what I mean, I most definitely have you, you know, because he was the first one that came through, and he can weld. And I was giving him some pointers on how to do certain things. He caught on fast. He was eager. He jumped into it. I like people who are like sponges. You know, I'm like a sponge. Even though I'm older, I don't think I know everything. You show me something new, I'm like, oh, man, I like that. I'm going to use that. You know what I mean? That's just how I am. But I'm not the type of person that, you know, I'm not going to think that my way is the right way all the time. Nah, on certain things now, I'm going to hold my ground. I'm going to stand on, I'm going to stand on this. But certain things like now, when it comes to building and opportunities and thinking outside the box, hey, two minds are better than one, fam. If we put our minds together, we can come up with something. But I just want to say, for those who do want to network with me when I'm in certain areas doing these, fam, you know, like a lot of times, I have a lot involved in it. But hopefully after this situation, well, I'm going to start being more stationary when it comes to building these containers and having my own facility in Birmingham. So I'm working on a couple things here that I like since I've been here. And I'm not from here, family, but I'm already built a team. I got me some steel people. I got me some wood people. You know, everything that I do, I'm building a team. I'm finding somebody that, oh man, could I get this from him? Okay, I get the containers from there. Okay, I can get this from there. Like, you got to build your team, fam. And that's what I'm out here doing. And I'm building it, fam, to relocate. And I don't know a soul in Birmingham. A soul. I got a business partner here, and he grew up here. He know everything, and he left and came back. So, you know, I network with him, and I'm knowing just being around him, you know what I mean, it's going to open up an opportunity because he'll go get it. And there's no way you can't put two go-getters together. They don't come up with something, you know what I mean? Because I'm a grinder. I'm like a force, you know what I mean? Not only can I, you know, think of a certain thing, I'm willing to go out there and hustle and bustle to get it done. And that what changed the game for us, fam. But once again, before I let y'all go, fam, it's all about ownership. That's the only reason I'm going live, because it bothers me sometimes when I see our people on certain jobs acting like they run the job and they don't, and they oppressing our own people. Like, the system has really messed us up, fam. You know what I mean? I think about it sometimes, like, man, how did we get so messed up? Through Jim Crow and the Willie Lynch syndrome. It's like we are meant, like, our people are really at a bad state, fam. It's 2022, fam, and our black people are at a bad state. We got more knowledge, you know, more dances, we got more styles, we got more, you know, more money, but our mentality is still in slavery, fam. Like, even certain conversations you have, you be like, are we still behind like that? You know, even when they look at, our people that are judging us the most, they'll look at you like, oh, you on that? You do that? Oh yeah, you finna do this? Like, I came down, I said, yeah, show some prints. I'm gonna do this. I done did this. We gonna, we had a nice discussion. And you can tell how certain people be like, he can do that. I remember pulling up to jobs and they look at me with all my stuff in the truck, and then they look at me again. So can you do what I need you to do? Some people judge you like that. And, it's just what it is, fam. But I realized that we have to just recognize those people. You know how they say you got to have a spirit of discernment. You got to recognize those type of people and use them for what they are. Some people just got a mentality they're going to have. So you kind of got to even go around and then kind of to accomplish a certain thing. And I wouldn't call it manipulation, but they being manipulated, so you got to learn how to deal with them because they only think one way. You see what I'm saying? And the truth be told is, and this is what it is, I even seen a film like this. The man said if we can raise the black man up and give him something and make him feel proud and give him some dignity, he's going to come over here to our side and sell his side out, and his side going to call him a sellout. And then he's not no threat to us. That's in the movie. That's like some real stuff. So it's funny how the system will throw jewels out there, information out there, but we don't pay attention to it. You know what I mean? We don't, we think it's just a movie, fam. It's more than a movie. The Matrix is real, fam. So if you don't start changing your mentality, fam, we're going to be stuck. Ownership. Let me say it again. Ownership. I don't care what it is. Own something. We got to figure it. We got to figure something out, fam. And don't be afraid to give a piece of your dream or your vision away to grow it. You got 100% of profit. You got 100% of a company, but you got a great idea, but you're not making no profit. So what you got, 100% of nothing? But you got two dudes or one person that say, hey, give me 30% of your company. I'm going to take your company over here. You're going to make $1 million. Man, I'm going to have to. Dude, you sitting there with zero. You don't want to get nobody 30% to be a millionaire. You talking about, well, I'm 100% owner, but you don't own it. You ain't doing nothing with it. We got to think smart, fam. If I can network with someone, they can take my vision to a next level. I'm still an owner. I'm still a winner. I still control the majority of the interest. It takes money to make money. It takes a team. We got to network. But some people, they be so petty. They don't want to give that 30% up or that 15% up or that 20. Bro, it is what it is. If you can help me get to that next level, I'm willing to network like that. That's how we got to think, fam. That's how we got to think. That's how the system thinks. Hold on, let me lock these in. But that's how the system thinks, fam. So this rising, like I say, I'm just coming to you. Really couldn't sleep that well. I passed out, and then I woke up. I'm like, man, I'm up. Today is actually going to be my day off. I've been grinding for 6 days straight. I've been grinding for 6 days straight, fam. Salute, salute. And so today is kind of like going to kind of be my day off, you know what I mean? Even though I'm still going to get out about, I need to get out and ride around and look at some things, live in situations, look at some land, look at some opportunities, see how I'm going to move and groove and get myself in, and how to, be an asset to the area. That's what it's about, fam, being an asset. There's a lot of stuff that we can do, and then there's a lot of stuff that we can create a lane for ourselves where you say, I designate, this is what I do. I heard a guy say yesterday, I told him, we was talking about doing the shipping container homes and this versus doing the bars, the cafes, pop-ups or whatever. And this is a fact though, when you're dealing with home, traditional way, the bank, all of them got it tied in because you got to think, they the one designed it. The home situation was designed for the bank to make money. It wasn't designed for, I'm going to go to the bank back home, because most people think I got 300, I can go get 300,000, I get $1 million. You ain't got $1 million. So how you finna pay it? You never own it. You get a lower payment, and you paying it's yours, but it's not really yours. You miss so many payments, they take it. So unless you go out and say, man, I got a $100,000 house, I own this $100,000 house, I just pay taxes on the property. The house is mine. You know what I mean? So, you know, in America, fam, you know, they're going to tax you for the land because the land ain't there. They pretty much sold it and leasing it out. And, you know, that's why you always pay property tax. Always, you know, or they take it, you know. So certain things are catch-22, fam, so we got to get educated. But I will say this, fam, being in Birmingham, it's opening my eyes more to us being lost, and it's 2020, us only wanting to, you know, to shine and look good physically and not embellish our mentalities and not uplift our people, you know what I mean? Like, we in a selfish state, fam, and we really need to change that. Our women, you know, our black women, man, I understand that they got a lot going on, and some of them be the most to me that I see that, like, be so quick to explode or to jump off and like, man, hold up, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that serious, but, you know, when you haven't been exposed to something real, and this is true, when you haven't been exposed to something real or something real organic, when you get around it, you gonna think that it's just like everybody else. You must be, until you get around it, you're like, it's something. No, I'm not like that, you know what I mean? But when you're used to dealing with a certain thing, I get it, fam. You're used to dealing with it. But, you know, when you bring in a different breath of fresh air, some truth into the area, you might look like your people, because I look like my people, but I don't think like them. But my goal is to bring embellishers, you know? And like I say, I don't just want to teach welding. I want to teach the trade on how to do it in the shop, in the field. I want to teach how to turn it into a business. Like, I don't want to teach you to do something that's going to put you in a box where you got to depend on someone. I want to teach you something where you can use them to build yours. You see what I'm saying? And if you choose to work for a good company and you find one, hey, salute, you know, go get that bag. But my goal, fam, with the HogOn University is to educate us, is to give us awareness of our people. That's why I said it's an Afrocentric school that I'm building. Like, I wanted to educate us. We need to know more about our history, and then we'll know more about where we're going. Learn some business procedures. Learn more, because even though anytime you get started, family, you be like, this is too much. This is too much. But once you get all the information, you're like, it's like saying your last name. You got it. So don't get overwhelmed with changing and wanting to do something different, fam. But if you're stuck in the mentality where you can't grow, fam, it's time to change, fam. And like I say, I'm going live in Birmingham right now. I love my black people, my black kings and queens, my black gods. And I want us to grow, fam. I want us to do things, but we have to work on our mentality. We got to, you know, stop being petty about someone else's winning. If they win, they might be putting a little bit more work in than we putting in. So we might need to match their work ethics, or be humble and say, hey, brother, sister, what are you doing? I've been trying this here. This ain't working for me. Maybe you can sprinkle me with something. You know what I mean? And so that way I can be a little better at what I'm doing. So, man, fam, just be safe out here and get some ownership, fam. Own something. T-shirt, a product over talent. Get the product. See, that's what I tell people. You know, once you get the talent, turn it into a product. We have to, because if we don't, then we'll be a slave to the job forever. Or a slave to our talent forever. And a lot of people are. You see them in Hollywood all the time. You see them, you know, they just slaves to their talent. They just getting the check. And you looking at them like, oh, they way up here because he on TV. He ain't doing nothing. They probably got 5,000. Now he now he done jacked all that trying to live in a society where the cost of living is ridiculous. You know what I mean? So don't get caught up with TV. Don't get caught up in thinking they gonna show us the way to do it. I always tell people this, and this is just so funny before I let y'all go. The system love to hide things from us. Love it. You find new things out all the time. And to me, it's just so amazing how they'll try to promote us something. Oh, this is what it is. This is what it is. Anytime the system promotes something that this is good, this is the next big thing, you might need to watch out, fam. And I'm only gonna say that because it's all about deception, fam. It's all about deception. So until you know better, you know, do some research. You're gonna steady let them get you, fam. So do your own research, learn, learn, push yourself. We all go through stages of ignorance, so it's cool. You know, just don't stay there, fam. Just don't stay there. This rising, fam, I just want to talk about ownership. Just want to say ownership. Just want to say it one more time before I go. Ownership. Own you something that can give you a return on your investment. Remember that, an ROI. You can put some time in, you can get some money out. You can put a product up, you can get something. That's what it's about. Return on your investments. Y'all be blessed. Enjoy your